It is summit day. It is almost 5 a.m. here at my camp at Peggy's Pond, and I'm going to start getting packed up so I can go climb and hopefully summit Mount Daniel. It is clear. The moon is glowing. I can see everything, and this is going to be an incredible sunrise, and I am just, oh my gosh, I am so excited to get on this mountain. It is cold though. I'm wearing my sweater over my coat and everything, but I'm going to get packed up and get on this mountain. Today is going to be a crazy adventure. I'm going to be summiting and then booking it back down to the car. I've got doing basically close to 10 miles today. And about 2,700 feet of gain to get up Mount Daniel, but most of this is going to be scrambling, so it should be interesting. I'm excited. Let's go climb a mountain. Well, there you have it. Sunrise. I am halfway up the ridge and oh my gosh, that is beautiful. So now I get to put on sunscreen and keep climbing. I am halfway up, so in another 500,000 feet or so, I should be getting a look at the false summit and just kind of the ridge situation that we got going here. But it is definitely a boost to see the sun. Okay, well, this just became one of the most incredible places I have ever seen in my life. This ridge walk is just something out of heaven. I cannot believe once you gain this ridge, it is just stunning. Oh my God, I'll show you. So take the ridge boot path up this false summit. Glacier, glacial pools down the valley. Here's more of the ridge, and then down there I showed Circle Lake, and it is just, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a better view of Circle Lake. Like, the 360 on this is just jaw-dropping. Oh my God. I am so happy I did this, and this is so much fun. Oh my God, I am so excited. Last bit of gain up the ridge, and then I might finally get a look at that summit I've been craving.
All right, well, as you can see, it was time for a helmet. And I can see the summit, and we'll have to see. This looks dicey, but I think I can get it. So, I have to go down this. This is East Daniel. That is not the summit. So I have to go up, follow this ridge. That is Central Daniel. That is the true summit. That is the high point. That is what I'm going for. Once I get up and over this, it should be easy, but we'll see. And yeah, this is definitely very technical. This is the most technical climb I've done. It is very difficult to film some of the scrambling and stuff, but yeah, you definitely need pretty good confidence and stuff to be doing this. Whew. I did the hardest part, and that is making it around East Daniel. And now I get to take this rocky boot path to the summit. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm gonna be on that mountain within an hour. Oh my gosh. I did sit in mud. So my butt's damp. So see that in the footage. That's why. But oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I seriously have no words. This has been like just holy crap. That was such a fun climb, and oh my God, this might be the best summit I've done. I'm just, oh my God. I really don't have any words to describe this. It feels so good. I have looked at this summit. If you've seen any of my videos, I have pointed out Mount Daniel from so many climbs, and it is just the middle of the Alpine Lakes wilderness, and it is as magical as I had hoped. Oh my God. I'm really speechless. Well, I'm gonna give the tour. I hope you can hear me over the wind, but I'm gonna give you the tour because there's just so much to point out. All right, looking this direction, we're gonna start with Rainier, and then we've got Mount Hinman. We've got Pea Soup Lake, and I believe the Lynch Glacier. That is Dip Top Peak, Lynch Peak, Mount Daniel Central Summit. This is the proper summit. I climbed on that, and then that is the East Summit. That big point back there is Mount Stewart. Over there, Glacier Peak, Sloan Peak, the North Cascades. Oh my gosh, I can even see Mount Baker. Oh my gosh. You can just see everything. And this is probably one of the best panoramic views I've ever gotten, if not the best one. I have wanted to see Pea Soup Lake for so long. It is so pretty. Look at that. I am going to have a snack. I'm taking a half-hour break up here to enjoy, and then I do have to get going back on that ridge because I got a long day ahead of me to get back. But I cannot, oh my gosh, I just really hope the footage is doing this justice. I really hope it does. I think this snack spot wins. Oh my gosh. A glacier right underneath my feet. A beautiful alpine lake. And just literally all the mountains in Washington for me to view. I don't think it gets better than that. Well, I have been up here for about 30 minutes and I have had this amazing summit all to myself. This is just in one of my top climbs of all time. I cannot believe these views. It is just so hard to soak it all in. There's so much to look at in so many directions to just kind of stare and wonder. And also kind of fun to see some places I've been before. But I am going to start heading down after another like 10 minutes or so. And then begin the scramble back. And I'll show some of the stuff on the way back because there's some things you want to know about this ridge. So this is the boot path stretch between East Daniel and this proper summit, and this is honestly really easy. This is the kind of the reward after all that hard climbing. You just come along this, and that's the summit there. And these two guys coming down there. So this part is not too bad. So fortunately, a lot of parts of the stretch are actually pretty fast. It's just that one section on the ridge before East Daniel that's gonna slow me down now. There's a look at my future. I gotta go down here. I mean, you can see the trail that cuts under East Daniel, and then this ridge, just getting up over this hump That's really the scramble bit. But yeah, this is that. So I'll see you when I get to the scramble and show you some of the parts to look out for. See if I survive. I made it back below East Daniel, and the ridge behind me is the scramble. There are a couple of technical moves, but it's mostly just the exposure. You just have to be really careful. So I'll try and film some. I'll show the one part where you have to do this kind of tricky move that this climb is notorious for, but more importantly, I can see the corner of Peggy's Pond. I gotta get back down there to my overnight pack. So I've got to go up this, down the ridge, down to Peggy's Pond. So the scrambling is going to be the slowest bit, and then after that it should be much faster. But also, this is the last section where I have to do up. I am very done with up, but I got the energy for a little bit more. So this right here is the part that sketches people out. I actually ran into a party that bailed because this ridge freaked them out. They didn't go all the way. They settled for up there. But basically, you kind of do have to do like a little kick to brace yourself against this rock and go down. It's not too bad. It's just, it's really scary looking if you haven't done anything like this before. That combined with some of the exposure, because this ridge is so narrow, definitely a little bit technical. It's really not too bad if you have experience, but that's probably the biggest point to look out for. And just like, I mean, you can kind of see, like, it's kind of drops on all sides. It's not quite a knife edge, but it feels like it could be in some places. So if you're scared of heights, this is not a good option. But yeah, I think I got footage of me going both up and down it, where I had it strapped to my chest. I can't film that any other way. So yeah, that's probably the worst of it. So now I just got to get up this, and then it's all downhill and to my pack. I'm excited. This ridge is really beautiful, but I got past the worst of it, thank goodness. Well, I am back on the trail. I got all my gear together back at Peggy's Pond, said goodbye to the lake, and I'm heading out. I'm not going to be filming too much on the way back. I showed it yesterday. I'll shoot some fall color, but I am tired. I have 5.5 miles back to my car, and I am hoping I can do them in under 2 hours. That's my goal. I am motivated. I would very much like to be home for dinner. So I'm going to enjoy this, enjoy the fall color, but also try and get some miles going. So close. The final set of switchbacks down to the trailhead. There is less than 2 miles between me and my car. I am going to wrap up properly tomorrow because as you can see, I'm a mess. And the only thought in my head right now is like, I summited Mount Daniel. But this was incredible, and I just cannot believe that just happened. Anyway, I will wrap up tomorrow because this was an amazing adventure, and I have a lot of notes to share about the climb and things like that. So, wish me luck. So, Mount Daniel. I have had 24 hours to think about this climb, and I think I can safely say that this is tied for my favorite climb in Washington that I've done so far. It's tied with Mount St. Helens. Maybe it might beat it out simply because this entire route is stunning. And it is so much fun. This route, I will say it, the route is more fun, I think, than Mount St. Helens. I just had an absolute blast with it, and it's really one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen. There are just alpine lakes everywhere you look. That ridge is phenomenal. It is so much fun to traverse it, and then the final ascent to the summit is just heavenly. Mount Daniel was one of those summits I never really thought I was going to be able to do, and it looks really intimidating. But then the closer you kind of get up on this and you're like, oh yeah, this is pretty doable. It's like every time you think you're like, there's no way, and then you get up close with it and it's like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. That being said, I will say this is not great for beginners. You definitely want some experience with route finding. You want to be comfortable with some exposure because there are quite a few points of exposure, and you want to be experienced on terrain like this being steep, rocky, gravelly boot paths and stuff like that, and have pretty good instincts when it comes to scrambling. That being said, I do think the scrambling is relatively easy. I think more of it is mental with some of the points of exposure. I don't think it's technically difficult scrambling, but it definitely is more advanced in that sense. I would also note that I did this at the beginning of September, and so I was doing the late season route. You can do this climb earlier in the season, but there is snow, so it involves snow and glacier travel. So it's really kind of pick what you are experienced in and what you are comfortable with to climb this mountain. So just be aware of that. If you go earlier in the year, you are going to encounter snow on the mountain, and you should be experienced with that kind of thing to do this. But if you wait until it melts out, you can do the scramble. And oh my gosh, Mount Daniel is often cited as a lot of people's top climbs, and I have to concur. This is a beautiful mountain, and it was just so much fun to do. And I will say the other thing is that I'm very glad I did this as an overnight, because it meant I wasn't rushed doing the final climb up to the summit. I really got to take my time on that ridge that I love so much. I got to spend almost an hour on the summit and have it all to myself. And so I wasn't really panicked for time, because yes, you can do this in a day. It's 15 miles and over 5,000 feet of climbing, but it was really the right call, for me at least, to be able to take my time with it, because oh my gosh, stunning. The entire route is gorgeous. I highly recommend, if you have the scrambling experience and this sounds like something that is within your skill level, to go out and get Mount Daniel and to train up for it, because it is challenging. Anyway, this is an incredible mountain. So I think I have gone on long enough about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this incredible adventure. And here are my favorite pictures from the climb. Enjoy.